Ever found yourself struggling with motivation to study? You're not alone. The desire to hit the books can sometimes feel elusive as a mirage in the desert, and it's a feeling that resonates with most of us. It's like you're standing at the foot of a mountain, staring up at the peak, wondering how you're ever going to make it to the top. The journey can seem daunting, even impossible. But the good news? This struggle is not unique to you. It's a common hurdle faced by learners far and wide. So if you're wrestling with this challenge, take solace in knowing that you're not the only one. Even better, there are practical ways to overcome this issue, to find that spark of motivation and keep it burning brightly. So, if you've ever felt stuck in a rut, this video is here to help. Stay with us as we explore practical tips to increase your study motivation. To tackle this issue, we must first understand what motivation is. At its core, motivation is the drive that pushes us to act, to strive, to move forward. It's the internal spark that lights our way when we're navigating through the trials of studying or working. It's the fuel that feeds our desire to learn, to achieve, to succeed. When it comes to academic pursuits, motivation serves as a key determinant of success. It's the driving force behind your will to read that extra chapter, to solve that complex equation, or to write that insightful essay. It's the bridge that connects the realms of desire and accomplishment. When motivation is high, the bridge is strong and sturdy, allowing success to flow freely. But when motivation wanes, the bridge weakens, obstructing the path to success. Understanding motivation, its role, and its impact is the first step towards harnessing its power to enhance your academic journey. Understanding motivation is the first step to improving it. Our first tip to increase your motivation is to set clear and achievable goals. Now, why is this so important? Well, think of it like this. Imagine you're embarking on a journey without a map or a destination in mind. You're likely to wander aimlessly, right? But with a clear destination, you have a purpose and a direction to move towards. That's exactly what goals do for us. They provide us with a sense of purpose, a destination we're striving to reach. And when these goals are achievable, they become even more motivating. Why? Because every time you accomplish a goal, you experience a sense of achievement. This boosts your confidence and motivates you to tackle the next goal. So start by setting small, achievable goals. As you gain momentum, gradually increase the complexity of your goals. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. With clear goals in sight, your motivation will naturally increase. Another effective tip is to break down large tasks into smaller, manageable parts. You see, when we're faced with a task so large, it can feel like we're trying to scale a mountain, which can be incredibly overwhelming and demotivating. It's like trying to eat an entire cake in one bite. Not only is it impossible, it's also not enjoyable. Instead, imagine dividing that cake into bite-sized pieces. Suddenly, it feels more doable, right? The same principle applies to your tasks. By breaking down your large task into smaller parts, each part becomes a mini goal that you can achieve. This way, you're not just scaling a mountain, you're taking a pleasant hike, one step at a time. These smaller tasks feel more manageable, less intimidating, and even satisfying once completed. This can significantly increase your motivation, making you more eager to take on the next task and the next and the next. Remember, every big task starts with one small step. Our third tip is to reward yourself. Now, this might seem counterintuitive at first. After all, isn't the achievement of a task or goal its own reward? Well, yes, but sometimes we need a little extra push, a little extra motivation, and that's where rewarding yourself comes in. Think of it like this. Each time you complete a task or reach a goal, you give yourself a small reward. It could be anything, a short break, your favorite treat, or even just a moment to breathe and appreciate your accomplishment. This does two things. Firstly, it creates an immediate positive association with the task, and secondly, it serves as an incentive for future tasks. You see, our brains are wired to seek out rewards. So by associating studying with rewards, you're essentially training your brain to view studying as a rewarding activity. And that's a powerful motivation booster. By rewarding yourself, you're creating a positive association with studying. The last tip we're going to discuss today is creating a positive study environment. This is crucial for effective learning and boosting your motivation. Think about it. Would you be able to focus in a noisy, chaotic room? Probably not. So, a key element of a good study environment is a quiet space. Silence or even soft instrumental music can help you concentrate better. Next, cleanliness. A clutter-free desk equates to a clutter-free mind. Organize your study materials. You don't want to waste your precious study time looking for misplaced notes, do you? Another important factor is lighting. Proper lighting reduces eye strain and fatigue, enabling you to study longer and more effectively. Finally, personalize your study space. Make it a place where you feel comfortable and motivated. Add a plant, your favorite artwork, or anything that inspires you. Remember, a conducive environment can be a game changer in your study motivation. Let's quickly recap what we've covered today. We started off by delving into the concept of motivation, highlighting its importance in our daily lives, especially when it comes to studying. We learned that motivation is not merely a feeling, but a driving force that can propel us towards achieving our goals, and that it's something we can actively cultivate and improve. We then moved on to discuss our first tip, which was about setting clear and achievable goals. We emphasized the significance of having a concrete endpoint in mind and how it can serve as a compass, guiding us through our journey of learning. We learned that setting achievable goals can provide us with a sense of direction and purpose, making the daunting task of studying feel more manageable and less overwhelming. Our second tip revolved around the idea of breaking down large tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks. We discovered how this approach can make our tasks seem less intimidating, thus reducing the likelihood of procrastination and increasing our productivity. We found out that by simply dividing our work, we can create a sense of progress and accomplishment, which in turn fuels our motivation to study. Next, we touched upon the concept of rewarding ourselves. We learned that incorporating rewards into our study routine can make the process more enjoyable and less tedious. We explored how rewards, whether they are small treats or breaks, can serve as a form of positive reinforcement, encouraging us to remain consistent with our study habits. Lastly, we talked about the importance of creating a positive study environment. We emphasized how our surroundings can significantly impact our mood and focus. We learned that by organizing our study space and making it conducive to learning, we can enhance our motivation and make studying a more pleasant experience. Remember, motivation is a skill that can be developed and improved. So keep these tips in mind and happy studying!